Welcome back. We're here to cover the Divine Feminine update, and we do have a juicy one here for you today. If you don't know who I am a psychic medium. I'm your host today. We are going to be covering the Divine Feminine update, and yes, we have all three editions out right now. So if you do want to go through and see masculine, feminine, and the karmic, you are most welcome to. Otherwise, you can visit our website for a private booking. Now, we do have a very interesting read, as I referenced, and we do have your crowning energy coming through here with Lilith. Now, it is the number 7, and there was mythology. It's in the hangman position, okay? And I'm looking at your overall energy, and I'm like, okay, for some of you, you could have this pivot of a change that is coming towards you in this retrograde. And I saw the reference point to 9 in Divine Masculines reading, and I now see it coming through for you. Now, the one thing I can say is by the 11th, we will have Jupiter moving station direct shadow, okay? Now, Cancer can relate to Divine Feminine, but it's also the emotion. And we have the crowning energy here in reverse. We have the Lilith energy and the red apple. Now, it appears to be like Lilith not necessarily is bad. Okay, it's the shadow side. It's who we are. We are coming into this authenticity. We have light and dark. You're trying to be the best version of yourself. And, poor transits can make for difficult times and that, but you do have the self-awareness in it. I feel some of you could have been a little bit self-critical that if you hadn't done X, Y, and Z, maybe all these horrible things wouldn't have happened to you. And that's quite common. We do actually say those things to ourselves, but not necessarily is that the actual fact. Now, you're meditating upon that fact. You're like, okay, who am I? It can be the things you want to do, the things you are, how you feel, where your emotions are with your personal power and your sovereignty. You have you here looking back to how you used to be. And we do have in the past position, we have Goddess of Strength. I remember having a chat to a person about the term strength, and the full reference they initially tagged to it was, oh my gosh, I have to be strong. And, usually strength comes from having to go through difficult things, very similar to the altar that they have in front of them here on the card, which is a big cement block. It's a square. Squares are difficult, okay? So like a diamond, you've been formed. You within yourself are a very different individual now. Now, these powers can actually come in handy now, especially where it does come to your overarching energy. In the heart of it, you are going to have an expansion. There is going to be an opportunity here. But I see you as the Divine Feminine. You have your hand on the sword. You're cautious. You're like, I want to cut through. I want to get to the heart of things. I do feel you could be looking at your direction and looking over your shoulder, but something is pulling you back. Something can be making you feel like you're trying to walk away from terrible waters, but you almost have this fear that you're moving into more. Some of you are looking over your shoulder, wondering whether the Divine Masculine is aware of this as a factor, aware that you are, shaping up, moving on, getting ready to shift your energy. And the funny thing is, this card actually is the God of Awakening, okay? What you're looking for is somebody to work with. You don't want to be in this frequency of working against, so something has to give, something has to change, and you're in awareness of this. It's not you're not open to it. For some of you, you could be extremely wary. You could be thinking, oh, good grief, Mercury's going retrograde. Interesting. It's almost like you'd love a crystal ball tonight. We see the individual holding the crystal ball in her hand on the sword. She's looking over her shoulder, almost regretful of having to make certain decisions. I'm wondering, a little bit like the Fool card in Tarot, it's almost like this Fool card in Tarot is oozing through, and you're kind of ready to jump off the edge to start in this new direction, which really we have effectively started that. Even though we're moving retrograde, we did, as of Neptune and Saturn moving at the 0 degrees in the conjunction point, we are setting off on a new journey, but there's missing pieces. There's missing subject matters we're addressing. There's closing of certain cycles that need to be addressed for this initiation of this new beginning. You haven't felt is, I wouldn't say you've absolutely loved this journey, but there has been this feeling that you've actually had a revelation about, is that you can't do everything. At times we say that unconditional love, to have that unconditional love. And unconditional love doesn't mean being a doormat. Unconditional love doesn't mean not having boundaries. Unconditional love doesn't mean that if you're that way, you are assured happiness. Do you get what I'm saying? So I do think you understand what I'm saying, because I think it's something you've lived. That dissecting of it, almost like you're trying to foolproof making the most perfect cake in the world so it doesn't flop again. Because what you truly desire, you are willing to make sacrifices now. But for the right reasons. You're willing to ignite that passion. You're willing to be open to circumstances. You want joy. You ultimately have made these sacrifices for a true reason. It was for the hope of actually taking the connection to where it needs to be. Even those of you, I do believe, that are currently in the reconciliation phase, I do believe this reading resonates with you guys also. It's looking at how far you've come, checking yourself, feeling like you're having to you're in the connection, but you're not. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, and it's not that you're not in the connection. It's like a lot of the alignment of both sides between the masculine and the feminine. There was a lot of clearing to do. And that clearing has made the divine feminine very foggy. The divine feminine slightly disillusioned. And feeling as though, look, I'm really ready for the bliss now. I'm tired of believing that this is the only way it can be, and that we have to slog it out. We've got to suffer. That we can't be assertive and passionate. We can't put our foot down. And even in your outcome card, divine feminine. It's the courage. It's the courage card. And this is interesting because we have this as an inner child. And it's a 3, which can link to Mercury. It's very blue on the card, and it's the outcome card. So what am I saying from this? As of the 11th, Jupiter goes station. We'll have the eclipse on the 3rd, which is Mercury as well. Mercury also in the 12th house will be retrograde. So the gates are going to open. You are going to hear from people that you have not heard from since you were a kid. I mean, this is back to eons ago. This is bringing up all the things that were hidden. Things being exposed, things being found. I said a lot of cold cases will be solved. You here are like in all of that energy. There is a retrieval here. The floodgates are opening. The confidence for both of you. Something is shifting. And the other thing I'll say, there is something pertaining to family that you are divorcing. Okay? Now, does it mean to say that you guys will never speak again? No, not at all. No, it's not to do with that. It's going to be done in a different way. Whatever the situation is it a home environment? Is it a family environment? Is it a belief system you're embodying? Is it a 3D circumstance? Is it the environment? It's here to change. Be open to this communication. Don't forget to look at the other reads. Cross-reference them for deeper reference. Otherwise, you can visit our website and book a private booking to see what directly is coming through for you. I would love to hear how this plays out for you this week. Keep safe and stay tuned for our energy updates.